Namaste. We've been enjoying the wonderful names of Lord Krishna in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In the previous episode, we enjoyed Sanjaya's perspective of the name Deva and Devadeva. Today we'll be looking at it from Arjuna's perspective. Arjuna addresses Lord Krishna as Deva twice in the 11th chapter. In the 11th chapter, 15th sloka, and again in the 44th sloka. There is also a reference of Devadeva in the 10th chapter, 15th sloka, which we touched earlier, but we'll be looking at it also. We understood that Deva means Div Kridayam. The Lord does the entire creation as a sport, as a play, right? So we also understood the intricate meanings of the word Deva. Now, why is Arjuna addressing Deva? And because 11th chapter means Vishwarupa Darshanam. Now Arjuna is seeing the Vishwarupa Darshanam and a lot of things is going on in his mind. So what makes Arjuna address Lord Krishna as Deva? That too twice in this chapter. So let's go into the sloka. Arjuna uvacha pashyami devans tava deva dehe sarvams tatha bhuta vishesha sangdhan Brahmanamisham Kamalasanastham Mrishimscha Sarvanuraganscha Divyan Tasmat Pranamya Pranidhaya Kayam Prasadayetvam Ahamishamidhyam Piteva Putrasya Sakheva Sakyuhu Priyah Priyayarhasi Devasodum. Adi Shankara Bhagavad-pada says that Deva means it is only this Lord, Vishnu, Krishna, who is the Deva. Nobody else can be qualified to be a Deva for all the traits that we explained earlier in the previous episode. So there is only one Deva, which is the Lord. So when there is nobody else, there is no need to address with a different name. Is that right? When there are too many people and you want to address one person, you call him by his name. If there are nobody in the place and you want to just address that person, you can just go call that person. You don't need to call him by a name, right? And that's the reason why our Sanatana Dharma did not have a specific name by itself, because when nothing else was existing, there was only one Dharma, and that is Sanatana Dharma. Therefore, we do not have the name of any religion attached to our Sanatana Dharma during those times. So also, we call Krishna as Deva because there is no other Deva equivalent to him. So when we say plain Deva, it means only Lord Krishna. By default, when we say temple, Sri Vaishnavas mean only the Sri Rangam temple. Again, when we say Tirumala, basically it is the Tirupati which we mention as the Tirumala, because usually there are 9 Tirupatis. But when we say Tirupati, we address the Tirumala. So there are a lot of these which come in usage. Therefore, by default, when we say Deva, it means only or Lord Krishna, who is the only Deva according to Adi Shankara. Now, Arjuna addresses Lord Krishna as Deva in these two powerful slokas. In the 11th chapter, 15th sloka, Arjuna is now bewildered by this beautiful appearance of the Lord. He is not even able to conceptualize whatever he is seeing. He says, "Oh Lord, in this form of yours, I am able to see the gods, the devas, the movables, the immovables. I am also able to see the lotus, on top of which I am able to see Brahma, I am able to see Shiva. I am able to see everything, the entire universe inside you." So he is amazed by the sight that he sees. And then at that point he says that because everything is inside you, oh God, you are the Lord of universe, you are Deva. And again in the 11th chapter, 44th sloka, Arjuna says, "You are Deva, therefore my prostrations to you, I am doing pranamams to you, I am doing my namaskarams to you. And you know, I have done a lot of mistakes. I have not even known the greatness that, you are next to me, you are the ultimate God, but I have done so many mistakes. I have not treated you the way you should be treated. So please pardon me." And he says, like the father pardons his son, Piteva Putrasya Sakeva Sakyo, like two friends are there. The friends will not take the other person's mistakes too seriously, right? So please forgive me because I'm a close friend of yours. Priya has to, in two people who love each other, they're not going to take all the small mistakes very seriously. So pardon me because you are my Priya. And he says, you are the God. So I am a person who is created by you. So you are the Deva, I am the Dasa. So forgive me for all the mistakes that I do. So Arjuna here brings out a very, very important concept which is of paramount importance for each one of us. He brings out the relationship between God and us. There are 9 different relationships between God and us. He is the Paramatma and we are the Jivatmas. We said Div Kridayam. He does this entire creation just as a sport, right? So he is the creator and we are the created. Therefore that relationship is there. Here Arjuna says, you are the Pita and I am the son. You created me, so you are the father. I am your child. So that relationship is there. So this relationship is eternal, irrespective of what birth we take, how many times we are born, we die, we are reborn. This relationship of God being the ultimate Paramatma and each of us being the Jivatma, He is the ruler, we are the ruled. So this kind of connection between the Lord and us is eternal. So Andal in her Tirupavai tells this, this relationship can never go. So it is an eternal relationship. Therefore, oh Lord, never be angry with me because there is no option, not just for me, even for you there is no option. So please bless me and help me gain moksha. So that relationship is mentioned beautifully by Arjuna here. In fact, earlier we saw the episode of Gajendra, right? Gajendra the elephant was stuck and the crocodile was holding the feet of the elephant. At that point of time, Gajendra thought that he can help himself and wasted 500 years because of his ahankara. And another 500 years because of his mamakara. He thought that my friends and relatives are here to help me, so they are going to help me. But end of it, he realized that neither myself nor my friends or relatives can help me. There is only one God who can help me. And he, out of everything he called, oh my God, who is the origin of all creations? Please save me. And that at that minute, with greatest speed, the Lord came and protected Gajendra. So that speed shows the relationship between Lord and us. This concept is called as the Artha Panchakam, the 5 important things which each one of us should know. There is a beautiful sloka which says, Prapyasya Brahmano Rupam. What we have to achieve is the ultimate Brahma. So Arjuna surrendered to Krishna, right? So he said, Shishyasteham Shadimam Tvam Prapannam, I surrender to you, accept me as your disciple. So Krishna is the one who has to be attained. And in the 11th chapter, it is very clearly established that Krishna is the only ultimate God to whom all of us has to surrender. Now Gajendra calls out saying that whoever is the origin of all creations, and there comes our Sri Hari who says that I am the Lord of everything. So, Prapyasya Brahmano Rupam. Praptuscha Pratyagatmanat. The Jivatma is the one who has to attain him, right? So, each one of us aspire to achieve him. So, there is nothing else. What is the goal of our life? It is to attain the Lord, to be subservient to him. So, Gajendra surrendered to Sri Hari. Arjuna surrendered to Lord Krishna. Andal advises all of us to surrender to the Lord. So, he is the ultimate person who is going to help us achieve or attain moksha. Then what are the relationships between God and us? We discussed about the 9 different relationships. The speed in which the God came. God accepted Arjuna as the disciple. God, he is the Pita to Putra. He is the Saka to a Saki. He is the friend. He is the lover. He is everything. He is the Paramatma. He is the Sheshi. We are the Sheshan. So all these things are the relationships between God and us. And then the Palaprapnoti is moksham. The mokshananda, being of eternal servitude to the Lord, is the objective for all of us. And finally, whatever stops us from achieving that have to be handled. In Gajendra's case, it was the ahankara and mamakara. Once those two went, the Lord helped him. Arjuna was very confused and he thought he is not going to fight the war. but because he surrendered to Lord Krishna, Krishna guided him in the right light. Now for all of us, what is the situation now? We are confused, we don't know what to do, which God to worship, where to go, what to do. All we have to do is Deva, there is only one Deva, the ultimate Deva, we have to surrender to him. So what he will do, he will remove all our Asuri Sampat, give us his blessings and help us go in the right path of Daivi Sampat, and thereby giving us all the divine virtues that we need, because there is a relationship between us and the Lord which is explained very clearly in the sloka 11.44. Also, I had mentioned that Arjuna has used sloka 10.15 where he addresses Lord as Devadeva. Swayamevatmanatmanam vethatvam purushottama bhuta bhavana bhutesha Devadeva jagatpate. In this sloka, Arjuna says, "Oh God, you are the only person who can explain about you." Because remember, the 10th chapter is Vibhuti Yoga, right? In Vibhuti Yoga, Krishna explains all about himself, and Arjuna says, "But for your explanation, nobody can ever understand you, O Lord Krishna." And then he says, "You are the Bhuta Pavana, you are Bhutesha." And he addresses Lord Krishna with several different names. There he says, "You are Devadeva. You are the Lord of all the Devas." And he just doesn't stop there, because Lord Krishna is not just the Lord of Devas. He says, "You are the protector." Protector of what? Protector of the entire universe. So he addresses Lord as Jagatpate. You are the protector of the entire universe. So in this context, he says that you are Devadeva and you are also Jagatpate. So Devadeva is the beautiful name of the Lord, who is the Lord of Kanchipuram. It's in the outskirts of Chennai. So that Lord Varadaraja is called as the Devadeva, a Lord of Alvars, Acharyas, everybody have sung the praise of the Lord. In fact, the Lord comes out of the water once in 40 years, and 2019 we were blessed with a darshan of the Atti Varadar who came out from the water. He comes out only once in 40 years, and it's such a great thing to even know about this Atti Varadar. So that Devadeva, he's called as Devadeva because Brahma did a yajna, and the god, the Devadeva, blessed Brahma, who is supposed to be the creator of the other Devas. So the one who blessed even Brahma with a boon, therefore Varam dadati iti varadaha, he gave a boon, and therefore he will give a boon to everybody. All what we want can be granted by that Lord. Therefore he is called as Devadeva. So Arjuna here addresses Lord as Deva, Devadeva. So God helps him get rid of all the Asuri Sampats, guides him towards the Daivi Sampat. He clarifies to him that these are the relationship between both of us. So he will not take any of our mistakes too seriously. He will help us go in the corrective path and guide us in the right direction all the way and give us the moksham itself. Therefore, let's say Devaya Namaha, Deva Devaya Namaha. Let's recite Lord Krishna's names and be blessed.
Madhava Achyuta Krishna Hare Rishikesha Kesava Govinda Vasudeva Bhagavan Janardana